Chelsea Krost, millennial marketing strategist, personal branding expert, and LinkedIn Learning top performing instructor. And I am coming to you live across multiple channels today, thanks to my partner Restream, which is the tool that I'm using to go live across Facebook, LinkedIn, Periscope, and YouTube, all at the same time. Gotta love it. I love being able to amplify my message across multiple channels at once. Thank you so much, Restream. So how are you? How is everybody doing? I'm currently opening up the chat feature. So if you're joining me, let me know where you're joining from. YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Periscope on Twitter. So I will be able to engage with you in real time. Hey, Marquis, thanks so much for letting me know. Oh, see here on LinkedIn. So what's everybody up to? Where are you joining from? I'm joining from sunny South Florida today. It is actually beautiful out right now. Sending warmth to anyone who's currently still in the cold. And I'm really happy and excited about today's live stream because every week, hey Carlos, how you doing today? Every week we go live on the C-Suite with another phenomenal guest and a different topic of discussion. So if you are an entrepreneur, small business owner, launching a side hustle, employee, intern, on the job hunt, truly just someone who is looking to enhance their personal growth and professional growth, then the C-Suite is for you, because I am all about giving those tangible takeaways that you could truly go and implement into your life and into your professional self and business immediately. And that's exactly the theme of my live stream today. And I get all of you to myself today. So what we're going to do is focus on these 6 building blocks to a solid personal brand foundation. And building a solid personal brand equals career growth and business growth. Truly, I do believe that personal branding is the most effective marketing tool for professional development today. And I am truly the walking proof of that personal branding can create a 6, if not 7-figure business. I have been in business now 15 years. I just turned 30 at the beginning of February and truly did start my career in radio when I was 16 years old. At 16, this was back in 2007, I started hosting and producing one of the first ever talk shows for teenagers, the millennials, called Teen Talk Live. So I did start building my personal brand and digital footprint 15 years ago, unknowingly, because who knew the term personal branding, right, in 2007? But ever since I started, I have been consistently and persistently building my personal brand, building my digital footprint, establishing my thought leadership, and it is truly the result of my business today. So I'm seeing a lot of new people joining in. Hey, Bridget. Hey, Marina. Hey, Osama. Thank you so much for joining. I'm doing well today. Thank you so much for asking, Osama. And I'm really excited because today's going to be a great topic of conversation, all about personal branding and professional development. Whether you are the entrepreneur or the job seeker or the employee, everything that we're going to cover today is for everybody. It truly is the foundation of personal and professional development. And because we are a very virtual world right now, socially connected world, the need and importance and significance of personal branding has never been greater. Because how many of us are looking for more remote work opportunity, virtual work opportunity, supplementing for any lost income because of 2020. So your personal brand can truly help to separate you from the competition. It could be the entry into the new opportunity. It could be the way that allows you to network with lead generation, more clients, or landing that job. It does help to build leadership, trust, and authority. And it all does reflect who you are and what you represent online, which helps career and business growth. So without further ado, I'm actually going to share my screen with everybody during today's live stream because I always like to give a show and a tell when it's just me chatting with all of you so that you can follow along to the 6 building blocks to building your personal brand. That I do believe that there are 6 key building blocks to a solid personal brand foundation. And once you have these solid 6 blocks in order and solidified and you are executing, you are on your way to career growth, professional growth, and landing more opportunity. So I do have the chat open. Hello, 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 everyone. I see from Georgia and Canada and even the UK, Florida. Hello, everybody. So I'm about to share my screen. I'm going to keep the chat open. And feel free to ask any questions in real time. I will try to answer them as best as possible as we work our way through the 6 building blocks to a solid personal brand. So let me go ahead, share my slides here. Let's hope technology works for us. All right, so for everyone who's joining me on the chat, just let me know, drop in the chat that you are seeing my slides and seeing and hearing me so that we can get this party started. And again, feel free to drop in any questions in real time in regards to, your personal branding efforts, because that is what today is all about. As much as I can help in real time and answer any Q&A in real time, you have got me for the next 20-ish minutes or so. So, California, hello, California. Please say hello to the mountains for me. I miss the mountains. So just let me know, everyone, if you could just drop in the chat that you are seeing my slides as well. I want to make sure that everyone's seeing and hearing me as best as possible. So here we go. Let's talk the 6 building blocks to building a solid personal brand. There's so much buzz and chatter and conversation around personal branding today, but there's still a lot of confusion and misconceptions about what personal branding is and who needs to worry about personal branding. So what is personal branding? Personal branding is all about establishing your professional and personal self online and offline. Really, there's a great quote that your personal brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room. So when you're not in the room, what are people saying about you? That is the personal brand mark that you want to leave, within your network, within your community, within your industry. And I do believe that, your personal brand is a compilation of your credentials, your expertise, what you're committed to, and the intersection of that is your thought leadership, which most of us are trying to establish and build online to generate community, to generate a bigger network, to generate leads, to generate more opportunity, which could be either that next client, that next sale, or that next job, right? Thank you for letting me know that you can see and hear me, everyone. Appreciate that. So, like I said, I truly believe that you are your biggest marketing tool. You are your biggest marketing tool. We think about marketing, social media and content and SEO and PPC and, advertising, right? No. When it boils down to the most effective marketing strategy, there is no more powerful marketing tool, no more powerful marketing weapon than yourself. Nobody is going to represent you, your brand, your business, your service offerings better than you. And that is why establishing a personal brand is so essential. Because today, we all have the power to build a business online, to grow a community, to be our own publicists, to become an industry influencer, to sell our services or product online, to have multiple revenue streams, to network with people all over the world, and to create a business within your personal brand. Your personal brand can truly help to monetize your business. Now, I love using this analogy, and please drop a comment if this analogy totally resonates with you, because I cannot think of a better analogy when talking about why it's so important to build a solid personal brand foundation. So think about it. When you're building a house, the first step in building that house is laying that solid slab of concrete. That solid slab of concrete is the foundation to the home, right? If that concrete is not solid, if it's not dry, if it's not level, that house is always going to be unstable. It could topple over. It could blow away with the wind. And the more solid your personal brand foundation is, the more solid the slab of concrete is before you start building that house, the bigger and bigger mega mansion you can build on top of that solid foundation. The bigger and bigger career and business and more opportunity you can get by building the solid personal brand foundation. So I tend to notice that when I'm speaking at live events, virtual events, engaging in Q&A, and also with my coaching, one-on-one coaching clients, most of us tend to try to put the cart before the horse, meaning that we tend to get 3, 4, 5, 10 steps ahead of ourselves, and we have to come back to basics and foundation in order to truly build the personal brand or the business that is of our dreams, right? So that's where the 6 building blocks that we're going to talk about today really do come into consideration. We're going to talk about the 6 building blocks that build you the personal brand that you can monetize, that you can grow, that you can sustain, right? Nobody wants to build that business that makes money quick and then crashes, or nobody wants to be that overnight sensation that can't sustain success. And that's why building a solid personal brand foundation is so essential for yourself, for your community, for your target customer, and for career growth. So what is a personal brand foundation? Here's our first block, everybody. It's what you're passionate about. It's what gives you purpose. It's what drives your day-to-day, energy in getting up and truly making an impact. It's also part of the experience, right, in your personal and professional self. What jobs you've had, what accreditations you've built, what certifications you've gained. Experience to me is everything. There's nothing like in the field experience or hands-on experience, and that's such a core element in the foundation of your personal branding efforts. Of course, it's your expertise. You're not going to go and build a personal brand and claim you're an expert in something that you're clearly not an expert in. It's your strengths, core values, your belief, your message. It's your voice, right? When it comes to building your personal brand, it should be nobody's voice but your own. That's the authenticity behind building your own personal brand online and offline. It's nobody's voice but yours. And if it's not your authentic voice, then that's going to really come through in the content you create and the content that you share. And guess what? In the year 2021, we've all become more sophisticated consumers and sophisticated networkers, and people do read through the BS. And drop a comment if you agree. You always kind of have that ear and eye out for someone that's just not speaking their authentic truth or not walking the walk and talking the talk. And authenticity in your message, authenticity in your expertise, authenticity in your voice is always going to help you really connect with the right people, like-minded people, people that you are going to be a part of your core networking and community, that are going to generate leads, going to generate conversions, going to generate opportunity. Now, in addition to passion and purpose and expertise and strengths, yes, part of your personal brand foundation is your logo, your color story, your font, right? The visual identity behind your brand. But really, your purpose, your experience, your expertise, your strengths, your message is the foundation of your personal brand that you get to then layer onto as we move into building block number 2. So once we've established voice, expertise, strength, message, and of course, that logo, color, story, font, right? The visual representation behind your message. Of course, it's all about identifying that target audience, right? Your target audience is essentially who you're speaking to online, who you want to connect with, who you want to network with. And identifying your target audience is one of the most essential things, because if you're not connecting with like-minded people online and offline, then you could be struggling in your networking efforts or building of relationships. And drop a thumbs up if you agree that building a solid business today or taking a step forward in professional growth is about networking and relationship building. And we had Gina DeVee on a past C-Suite last week, and we were talking about how to find and land your next ideal client. And it's not necessarily about the sales pitch. It's really about coming from the place of relationship building. So identifying your target audience is so essential so that you can build those relationships with the right people. Identifying who are they? Where are they online? What do these people value? And what are their needs and pain points? Who are they? We can niche and silo into really specific categories. I'm not talking, all college students. All females. All males. All people over 60. I'm talking about who are they? Women in their 30s, first-time mothers. Who are they? Millennial first-time home buyers. Who are they? Gen Zers who are hyper-connected on Snapchat and TikTok. Who are they? The empty nester, the parents that just, sent their kids to college and now, they're empty nesters. Who are they? Those people that have just retired and, officially are not in the job force anymore. That is what I'm talking about, identifying your niche, target audience, because once you can get as specific as the first-time home buyer, the first-time investor, the freshman in college, you can really start to solidify who what their demographics are, what their psychographics are, and what they value, what their income is, where they are online, and what their needs and their pain points are. And moving on to our third building block. This building block is something that gets a lot of questions, and it's about moving into building your brand story. So what is a brand story? Okay, everybody knows about what a bio is. Everybody knows what an about section is on LinkedIn profile, on your website, on your resume, right? But when it comes to personal branding efforts, your brand story is a bit of a hybrid between your bio and storytelling. Storytelling is truly of the most effective tool we have to connect and relate to others today. Personal branding is bringing yourself to the forefront. So of course, there should be elements of storytelling and storytelling that's relatable to your target audience. So within a brand story, this is your ability to share who you are while establishing credibility. Why you do what you do, how your experience makes you the best person to get it done. So I always like to say, when you're thinking about your brand story, of course, they're living life. We have how many stories, right? You could be like, well, what story do I share within this brand story? I got stories all day long. So I like to challenge my coaching clients and all of you with approaching building your brand story with the framework of the 3 C's. And the 3 C's are character, conflict, and conclusion. Now, character is you. You are your personal brand, right? So, I'm so happy you think so, Carlos. Carlos is saying that this is pretty good, and I'm so appreciative. Of course, as I'm moving forward, let me know if you have any follow-up questions to any of the points I'm saying or want any more clarity. You know, guys, I am here for you today. So talking about brand story, you know, we're going to really focus on the framework of the 3 C's. Character, conflict, conclusion. Character is you. You are your personal brand. So the character element of your brand story is, of course, establishing credibility, establishing your expertise. And why conflict for that second, you know, C? Conflict should be that aha moment, that breakdown for breakthrough that happened within your professional journey that ultimately put you on the career path that you are on today, that ultimately gave you that this is why I want to do this. For business. This is how and why I want to help people. To give you a really, really great brand story, I always think of my brother Dylan, actually, who just got married last weekend. Woo, Dylan. So Dylan is 27 years old, millennial, and was very passionate about real estate, was actually very passionate about the food industry, but always was passionate about helping people, making a difference. I always said that Dylan, if there was a burning building, Dylan was the one running in while everybody was running out. And you could just see that, you know, he wasn't clicking with some of the opportunities that he was, you know, experiencing fresh out of college. And Dylan is a 27, millennial, you know, graduated communications, and had this aha moment, which would be the conflict in his brand story, upon the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas shooting here in South Florida in Parkland. We live 20 minutes away from where that shooting happened. And as we were sitting there watching the news, watching this shooting unravel in real time, all Dylan wanted to do was get out of his chair and help and make a difference. And he felt so hopeless and helpless because he couldn't do something. And in that breakdown of this shooting is happening in real time, he had this aha moment of, that's it. I want to be a first responder. I want to be a paramedic. I do want to be the guy running into the building while everybody's running out. And the conclusion to his story is that today he is a licensed EMT and paramedic, and the happiest he's ever been within his professional development and personal self. So that is what I mean by conflict. What was that conflict moment that really gave you the aha, or the series of events that led you to putting you on that path today? That's the story that we should be focusing on within our personal brand journey. And the conclusion is where you get to connect the dots between your experience, your passion, your purpose, the conflict of how you can best serve your client, or how you can best help or get the best results for your target audience, you know, or why you're the best suited for the job. So I hope that the 3 C's does help give the framework for how you can approach building your brand story. Now, the follow-up question is always, well, where do you feature a brand story? I got you covered. So your website should always have an about section. Now, there's a difference between like your short speaker professional bio, which is usually more of the highlights of who you are, your expertise, your credentials, what you do. And then there's more of that about page that allows you to really storytell a little bit more of who you are and really connect with your target audience. So a website about page is great. Maybe you want to go on Facebook Live, on Instagram Live, on YouTube, on LinkedIn, and share your story that will best resonate with your target audience. Maybe you want to create a brand story about video on YouTube, and that YouTube video could be used in email marketing, on your website, on your landing page, in your content marketing efforts, and include a version of your brand story in your speaker's deck. If you are trying to land more speaking engagements where your brand story is a part of your presentation, because Speaking is about storytelling. Storytelling is one of the most effective strategies within speaking today, where you get to connect the dot between personal experience and story and learning moment. These are all great ways to use your brand story. Hey, Ken. Hello from Ohio. Oh, I got it. Yeah, everyone's reacting to the 3 C's. Hopefully the 3 C's is making sense and where to, use your brand story throughout your marketing efforts and your digital channels. And that leads us to building block number 4, which is to package your expertise and define your expertise. So what does that mean? What service type or product or service do you have to offer, especially if you're an entrepreneur or business owner, maybe you're even in sales, right? The format of that package could be one-on-one coaching, group coaching, a webinar opportunity, a DIY program for sale, maybe it's an actual product for sale. Packaging and defining what you have to offer to your audience is essential for your personal branding efforts, right? People want to know who you are, what you do, and what value do you have for me. So that's why having a description and benefits of your service or product is essential and incredibly valuable to share online, in addition to the deliverables, right? What do I get if I partake in your service? What do I get if I purchase this product? And what is it going to cost? All of this is about packaging your expertise, defining what it is you have to offer to your target audience. Carlos, I see that you had a question or a tweet in a tweet. If you want to just pop your question in the chat again, I see you're coming from YouTube. Feel free to do so I can make sure to answer your question. Okay, so what should this product or service be? Of course, this product or service should be relevant to your industry. It should be relevant to your expertise, should be relevant to your target audience, but that could be a core business offering. For example, I work in personal branding and small business marketing. So I have a one-on-one coaching package for those looking to up-level their visibility, their influence, their profits. I also have group coaching offering for those that want more of the community-driven. I also have a DIY course available. If you can't afford the 1,000+ coaching package, but you want the $20 opportunity, right? So core business offerings could be different business offerings at different price points to be able to cater to different audiences. I always like to say you should have 1 to 2, bigger hanging fruit offerings, and then you should have 1 at least lower hanging fruit offering so that you are list building or generating warm leads off of your smaller offer that might whet their palate in it and want the bigger offer from you. So that might be a side hustle that you are, creating. It might be a seasonal offer. It could be a bonus offer. It could be a limited time offer. It could be something that you offer only with a live event. These are all different ways to kind of think about creating specific offers, with whether it be a service or product or experience that's tailored to your target audience. Building block number 5 is so important and something that's, I know, very top of mind for all of you, and it's establishing thought leadership. Establishing thought leadership is really what makes your personal branding go from stale to impactful. From stale to my personal brand is generating the leads. My personal brand is what converts sales. My personal brand is helping me get in the door of my dream job. So it's about establishing thought leadership. And to establish thought leadership, we can do several things online, like publish keyword articles. Keywords meaning, what are those keywords within your industry that resonate with your target audience? And using those keywords within your article headlines or within the body of your article, whether it's on your personal blog, or maybe it's a LinkedIn article, right? So to me, LinkedIn is one of the best vehicles to establish thought leadership because it is this social media channel that is more designed for the job seeker and the employer. So LinkedIn does have the opportunity for you to create and publish articles, which will absolutely help your SEO, discoverability, and to enhance thought leadership. You can host topical live streams or webinars. So if you are interested in doing more live streams or hosting more webinars, and you want to go across multiple social media channels, a tool like Restream that I'm using right now is very effective because you can go on up to 30 channels at one time, and it's a very cost-effective tool that helps you amplify your message. And as you amplify your message and connect with a larger opportunity, you are helping to further establish thought leadership. If you want to do public speaking, of course, live events are a little bit on the slower side right now, but we have these virtual opportunities at our fingertips. Thanks to social media and thanks to tools like Restream, where we can go live on multiple channels at once. And of course, collaborating with industry experts and influencers, whether it's a cross promotion on somebody else's live stream or a podcast, or you publish a blog on somebody else's popular blog. Getting your name on other like-minded platforms is only going to help establish thought leadership, discoverability, and help ping-pong traffic back to your channel. So for example, on chelseakrost.com, we have up to 250 phenomenal guest bloggers, and those guest bloggers are getting their content featured on chelseakrost.com. And a lot of the blogs that generate the most traffic, I also share on social media and tag the author. So you can see how all of this kind of ping pong traffic is helping to establish thought leadership. Now, if you have a great interest in further establishing thought leadership, the power of public speaking is phenomenal. I mean, public speaking allows for you to further establish expertise, right? Like just what I'm doing right here, right now. I'm further sharing my expertise on personal branding. I am also communicating to all of you what I am an expert in, who I best serve, right? Service-based entrepreneurs, small business owners, those who are looking to create more consistency in packaging their service offerings and marketing themselves online. Public speaking allows you to educate your audience. Whether it's public speaking at a big live event or public speaking on a live stream or somebody else's podcast, it is great for all of the above. Brand awareness, credibility, trust, great networking. It's a phenomenal lead generator. Of course, as you continue to get more speaking under your belt, it could be a moneymaker. If you want to learn more about how to monetize public speaking, check out the C-Suite Live interview with Alexa Carlin. We talked all about, becoming a more powerful public speaker. If you go to chelseakrost.com and you click on podcast, you can find all of my episodes there. So on all of these episodes are only going to dive in a little bit deeper to some of the things that I'm talking about. And of course, it's a great marketing tool. So Carlos has a great question. Okay. So which books on personal branding do you recommend for anyone who's interested in making their personal brand, in making their personal brand in the future? That is a really, 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 really good question. And I have to say, I do think that U-Turn by Ashley Stull, which is a bestseller right now on Amazon, is phenomenal. Phenomenal for those who are kind of in more of the job seeker employee category. Also looking to further establish personal brand to get more competitive when submitting your resume or in the job force. So that's U-Turn by Ashley Stull. Now, not to give you a plug here by any means, Carlos, but if you're really interested in personal branding, right, and solidifying more of your personal brand, my personal branding course on LinkedIn Learning is called Learning Personal Branding. And it's only about a $20 cost, so like the cost of a book, if you do not have LinkedIn Premium. If you have LinkedIn Premium, you have access to LinkedIn Learning Library. You could, if you don't have LinkedIn Premium, you could buy any course a la carte. But my Learning Personal Branding course is truly a audio and visual book, if you will. There's 20 mini videos. You can look at the 20 videos as chapters, and I help you walk the walk and talk the talk in personal branding. But if you want to know the book option, I am typing it into the chat right now. Ashley Stahl U-Turn, and available on Amazon. If you want more of an interactive course for personal branding, which really does act as a virtual book today, my Learning Personal Branding course is available on LinkedIn Learning. Available now. I can give everyone a visual of it at the end as well. So Ashley Stahl U-Turn, great book on Amazon. Learning Personal Branding, great course on LinkedIn Learning. Both amazing resources for personal branding. Thank you so much, Carlos, for that question. So let's keep going. All right, so here's another amazing marketing tool to further enhance your personal brand, but also to enhance business opportunity and even client growth. And it's disrupting the market with a signature traffic builder. A signature traffic builder is really a unique weekly activation that you, your brand, or your business commits to on a consistent basis, and that your audience can seek value from. So what do I mean by that? It could be a blog, it could be a podcast, it could be a Twitter chat, it could be a Facebook Live, it could be a Facebook private group, a LinkedIn group, a YouTube series, a weekly email newsletter, a webinar, a live event. This is what I mean by a signature traffic builder. It's an activation unique to you, unique to your message, and allows you to bring your expertise to the forefront. And so, for example, you might be familiar with my weekly Twitter chats, Millennial Talk. I've been doing Millennial Talk for almost 7 years now. C-Suite Live Weekly is another signature traffic builder of mine. My blog has been live for maybe a decade. So your signature traffic builder can be one thing. It could be multiple things. But if you're just getting started, right, I don't want you to get overwhelmed and think you need to have more than one. What you need to do is create, or commit to the signature traffic builder that's the most realistic for you to commit to consistently. So that might be the blog. That might be the email newsletter. That might be the live stream series, right? So what can you commit to on a consistent basis that is going to best showcase your expertise, highlight what you have to offer to your target audience and your customer base, and going to be something that you can use as a marketing tool, right, to grow yourself personally and professionally. Because ultimately, this signature traffic builder should be great content that you can ultimately repurpose across multiple channels. So for example, this live stream, we're live for almost 40 minutes already, but there's gonna be a lot of content within this live stream that I can go back in and do editing of 60 to 90-second little videos. And then I have a bunch of micro content that I can use across all channels. So that's what a great signature traffic builder should be. It's a credibility builder, it's a traffic generator, it's a way to establish thought leadership, and it should be something that you can share and or repurpose across multiple channels. So lots of stuff to chew on. Okay. And thank you, Marina, for the great compliment. I so appreciate that, and I put so much of my love and best information into all of my LinkedIn courses available on LinkedIn Learning. So if you haven't checked them out, go to LinkedIn Learning, type in Chelsea Krost, and all of my 4 courses will pop up. But I'll take you on a little tour at the end of our slides here together. So here are 7 ways a signature traffic builder can boost your brand. Again, it creates market disruption, right? We can't sit back and think that people are just going to discover us today. We do have to be consistently putting ourselves out there. That is the reality. There's a lot of competition in the digital landscape. There's a lot of competition in every industry today. So your signature traffic builder does help to make you unique and put you out there consistently. It's a great way to engage and build your audience, to build your community. It's a great opportunity to network. It's an excellent lead generator. If you do a signature traffic builder right, whether it's a live stream, a podcast, a newsletter, a blog, it can be monetized because you can sell the analytics and the traffic or the impressions that you do generate. For example, Millennial Talk, not every week is sponsored, but some weeks are sponsored. So I, have been able to monetize my signature traffic builders. Another way that I have been able to further build my brand and business, all available to do for you, at your fingertips right now as well. And it will help to separate you from the competition. Okay, now of course, our 6th and final building block is social media and community growth, because where can we best articulate our personal brand, showcase our personal brand, share content to our target audience? It's on social media. And again, talk about what we have at our fingertips. There are so many incredible features and benefits to social media today that do power our business and brand growth. So we must be consistent in our branding across all channels. What do I mean by that? It could be all of your bio section, right? Is the bio in all of your social media channels, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, do they represent who you are today? Do they best represent what you have to offer to your community? Are they establishing expertise? Post and engage daily, use hashtags wisely, provide value in your content, and of course, track progress. Your analytics will be a great indicator on how your content is performing and what audience it's best resonating with. On a previous C-Suite episode, again, you can find everything, chelseacross.com, go to podcasts. I spoke with the phenomenal Natalie Savat, who is truly a social media expert, and we broke down how to break down your 30-day content calendar and the key foundations of a successful social media strategy. Great deeper dive there. I do go way deeper into this on my LinkedIn Learning course, Learning Personal Branding, as well. So can you guess the number 1 question I do get regarding social media? Well, the question is, do you need to be active on all social media channels? Here's the thing. There are lots of social media channels today, from LinkedIn to TikTok to Snapchat to Twitter to Instagram to Pinterest to it can get very overwhelming to try to be everywhere. So I like to say, be where your audience is most present and saturate and dominate and commit to those channels. I think that everybody today who is really serious about their personal and professional growth should have a LinkedIn presence. Your LinkedIn presence, your profile, is your living, breathing, real-time digital resume. There is no need for someone to only bank on, does that person get my resume? Did that person open my email? Because it takes a quick Google, Chelsea Krost, for my LinkedIn profile to pop up, and you get to see all of my expertise, all of my experience, what press I have, what articles, right? It is your living and breathing real-time resume. So everyone, I do believe, should be on LinkedIn. And then look at the other top 2 channels that are driving your audience demographics. And that's a great way to dial in on the top 3 channels that your personal brand and your efforts make most sense on. So when it comes to social media, be where your audience is. But Can you guess what you should absolutely do on all social media channels? And that's to simply secure your handle name. So that doesn't mean you're going to be super active on every channel. I'll tell you that I've never sent a Snapchat. I barely use TikTok. It's not where my target audience and my customer is, but you better believe that @Chelsea Krost is secured on those channels. So you want to make sure that your brand representation is, at least you have the handle name. You don't need somebody taking your business name, your brand, or your personal name and trying to represent that on another channel. So pick your top 3 channels, but secure your handle name on all channels just so that nobody can steal your thunder, if you will. Now, on social media, it's all about defining our objectives, posting with purpose, and following that 80-20 rule. So I like to say 80% of our time on social media should be social. Natalie Safat said the best quote. She said, you don't want to go to lunch with a friend, and that friend is just 100% talking about them on and on and on and on and on. No, you don't want to just be sitting there listening to somebody. You want to be having a conversation with somebody. So 80% of that time should be conversational. It should be sharing thought leadership and expertise and how-tos and quick tips and words of wisdom and motivation that resonate with your target audience, right? We're engaging in other people's content, very important. Engaging in other people's content will help you get on their radar, but 20% of the time is where more of the promotion can come in, right? More marketing your services, promoting what you have to offer, a little bit more of the sales generated content. So that 80-20 rule is a great framework to follow. And then really defining your objective. So if your objective is to establish follower trust, be personal, not perfect. Make it a 2-way conversation. Be supportive and engaging on other people's channels. Share client testimonials and reviews and press features, right? Those testimonials, client reviews, product reviews, press, that's only going to establish follower trust. And crowdsource feedback from your audience. One of the best way to crowdsource feedback is with polls. And really allowing you to crowdsource that feedback can then really give you aha moments of, oh, my audience is wanting more of this, less of that, even down to what color do you like best? What product do you need more? What pain point, do you most struggle with? This is great information to collect to further establish follower trust. Now, if your objective is to grow your following and email list, give them a reason to be interested and engaged. The more value you share, the better. If you're not sharing value online, why would somebody want to opt into your email list? Or why would someone want to consistently follow you, right? It's all about sharing value. Encourage followers to join your email list and by hooking them with a juicy lead magnet. So a lead magnet is, if you go to chelseacross.com and you scroll down on the homepage, you'll see that I have a PDF for download, a freebie that's, about 7 ways to up your VIP, your visibility, influence, and profits. So in order for me to collect your email, I am offering you this freebie. And that freebie, that juicy lead magnet, could be the reason or encourage people to join your email list. So always think about what you can give for free while gaining their email. Create urgency, right? Offering limited time exclusives, free trainings, organize a giveaway. Maybe it's a 20-minute discovery call, great incentives. Take advantage of public speaking. Give followers a peek into your personal and professional life. This is where that brand story and really being more personal, not always just so buttoned up and seeming perfect, because we know nobody is. And be real. Share insights through storytelling. This is a great way to grow your following and your email list. Now, if your objective is to convert more leads and sales, the more engaged you are in your audience, the more opportunity to monetize brand partnerships, sponsorships, advertisers. Leverage social for e-commerce. Buyable pins, Shopify store, Facebook shop, Facebook Messenger. There's so many chat bots today, the buy button, right? You can really leverage social media for e-commerce growth today to convert more leads or sales. I always do believe that offering a discovery call, which means getting on the phone for 20 minutes for free, understanding more of what that person needs, where their pain points are, so you could follow up with the right proposal or package or product for them, is a great way to generate relationships and trust to make the sale seem so organic. Use email marketing to keep in touch and to follow up with warm prospects. And webinars and live events are just known to dramatically increase conversions. Now, if you don't know by now, I'm all about working smarter, not harder, and I love to repurpose content like a boss. One of my top performing courses on LinkedIn Learning is called How to Work Smarter, Not Harder, available on LinkedIn Learning now. And I'm all about repurposing your content. So here's just a little teaser of genius ways that we can repurpose our content, because the last thing we want to do is put all of our time and our energy into creating this kick butt webinar, this amazing live stream, and then it just lives for 24 hours and you're not really using all of the content ongoing or across channels. So for example, you can break up a 60-minute webinar and create smaller 2-minute, 60-second video tutorials that then you can then share across social media. Take older blog posts and put them into a guide, right? These older blog posts should still be evergreen. They should still be relevant to your target audience today. But this guide could be that PDF for download, that juicy lead magnet that you offer on your homepage. It also could be broken down into an email sequence that you share in a weekly newsletter. So content should always be thought of how you can use it ongoing, how you can repurpose it, how you can use it in multiple ways. You know, you should never think, okay, I'm going to create this one video and then I'm getting one video out of it. You know, you could use that one video across Instagram highlights, take that 60, that 2-minute video and break it into 30-second little teasers. Repurposing your content is the way to create also a consistent content strategy, especially if you're the only person on your team creating the content for you. Here's some other great ways to just, repurpose longer form content, right? Maybe you have 10 different interviews that you then kind of compile into an ebook and or break into a blog Q&A. Maybe you've done a great survey that you create into a really nice infographic and you then share that infographic on social media. So just to conclude, I get so many, I'm always stumped at what content to be creating and sharing with my audience. And let me make sure this is as big as possible here, because I want to make sure you all see all the variety and types of content that are relevant for social media today that could, I like to give a nice little smattering of content. I think if you're constantly just sharing the same thing over and over again, then your audience is going to get bored, right? And we need to always be kind of diversifying our content to keep it interesting, to keep it fresh. So look at all of this menu option, right? Whether it's a third-party post, maybe you're, tagging a CNN article or a great industry resource, a GIF, a meme, a link to a promotion, a link to a service offering, a webinar or video trainings that you did, a blog post, a quote, something real-time, industry trending, upcoming event, picture, tip, hack, media or press, a branded graphic, a how-to tutorial, something seasonal, behind the scenes, BTS, a video or Facebook Live, testimonial, product review. Maybe it's content from your signature traffic builder. There are so many fun formats today that can keep things interesting, that we can be inspired to, create and share for our audience. So before I leave you, I do I know that I gave you a lot of information over the past, 50 minutes, where we did discuss the 6 building blocks to establishing a solid personal brand. But I do want to leave you with, okay, Chelsea just really wet my palate, but I need a little bit of a deeper dive on where to, how to dive deeper into each of the 6 building blocks for my personal brand. And let me tell you, I do have a fantastic resource available on LinkedIn Learning right now. So I'm going to share share a tab, share here, Let me just make sure I want to show you guys this. So on my website, Chelsea Krost, you will find all of my LinkedIn courses that I keep talking about. So I do currently have 4 LinkedIn courses available: personal branding, how to work smarter, not harder, marketing to millennials, influencer marketing foundations. So even if you just come to my website, chelseacross.com, click on all the LinkedIn courses, it will take you directly to the LinkedIn course. My Learning Personal Branding course was rated top 12 globally in 2020. That is a perfect example of how top of mind personal branding is for everyone in the world today. I will give you a taste of all of the learning objectives you can expect from each course. The click to view full course will take you directly to each course. Again, this top link, here's the drop-down menu. Aside from personal branding, my How to Work Smarter, Not Harder course is my 2nd most popular course. Available on LinkedIn Learning now. And these courses are no more than $20, one-time fee. If you want to purchase these courses a la carte, once you complete the course, you actually get a certificate of completion. And that certificate of completion is also another great credential to add to your resume if you are a job seeker, or you are a freelancer, even someone on Fiverr that wants to solidify that you have put more attention and effort into building this skill set to be a person for hire. So you have personal branding, how to work smarter, not harder, marketing to millennials, and influencer marketing foundations from me on LinkedIn Learning, available now. Just go to chelseacross.com and you'll find all my LinkedIn Learning courses in the LinkedIn course tab. Now, that is definitely my more cost-effective, learning solution that I can leave you with. If you are interested in more of the one-on-one coaching opportunity, I do work with one-on-one coaching clients from all over the world and all over the country. I am Eastern Standard Time Zone, so New York or Florida time zone if you are international, just so you have an idea. But here is what I do with my one-on-one coaching clients. My one-on-one coaching clients primarily are service-based entrepreneurs, meaning that they are coaches, consultants, nutritionists, therapists, and they are looking to further solidify their personal brand, their business brand identity. They want to package their expertise, help me put together those coaching packages or consulting packages or group offer to sell. You can be a product-based entrepreneur as well. Maybe you have an iPhone case or a headphone or a shampoo line, or you are looking to get more awareness, content, trust around selling your product. But here is exactly what you can expect from working with me in either a full day, half day, or ongoing multiple session package. I kind of have 2 different offers that you can choose depending on your needs, depending on where you are in your business. But we will tackle personal brand and business brand development, packaging and positioning your expertise so that we can monetize your expertise or product. Defining and creating your core service offerings, like I said. Is it putting together the right coaching package for your target customer? Is it putting together the keynote presentation? Is it the online course, the ebook? What is it, right, that you want to create as your core service offering? Maybe it's you're adding another core service offering to your menu. We talk about and define the and strategy to enhance your digital footprint to increase community growth. So we tackle social media, website, landing page, email list. We do it all together. And then, of course, your content marketing and your social media strategy. Defining the best content strategy and workflow to boost your brand awareness, engagement, traffic, and new leads for your business. Also, I do have some a la carte options in addition to the one-on-one time with me. If you are in need of logo creation, if you are in need of creating the font, the color palette, the monogram for your business or for your new offer, in addition to a 10-hour block of time for marketing automation. I want to connect my Calendly and Jot form for discovery calls. I want to add a juicy lead magnet to my website. I know I need website edits or new website created. I need a new email campaign structured. I got you covered. Between me and my team, this is what we do for my one-on-one coaching clients. So I am always here and available on my on this one-on-one coaching page. You can book a discovery call right here, and you can also read some coaching testimonials, right? So this will kind of give you an idea of who I've helped and how I've helped them and what their best takeaways were from working one-on-one with me. And if you have any follow-up questions, of course, I'm always here as your friend, as your mentor, as your coach. That's all about building relationships and community building. And I'm always about giving away great opportunity for value, whether it's more cost-effective like my LinkedIn courses or a little bit of a deeper dive and more hands-on work. My coaching packages do start around the $3,500 range, just to be fully transparent, right? So this was phenomenal. I'm so happy to have been able to kind of take this hour to discuss the 6 building blocks of personal branding, what each of those 6 building blocks are, give you a taste of what you can expect more from working with me one-on-one, and or the LinkedIn course is available to you right now. I hope that all of you are taking your personal branding efforts seriously, because 2021 is the year of the personal brand. And if 2020 didn't teach you that things can change any day, your personal brand is the foundation you get to fall back on for your networking, for personal growth, for professional growth. So personal branding is for everyone, whether you're the intern, the job seeker, the employer, the entrepreneur, the business owner. Personal branding is truly going to help separate you from the competition, and it is your most effective marketing tool today. So I hope this was a great taste. And of course, you know how to find more. Now, my website is chelseakrost.com. You can find all C-Suite podcast episodes there. I'll even give you a taste here in the podcast tab. Click the podcast tab, takes you to my podcast page. And if you scroll on down, here's all of the great podcasts ready to watch. Amazing topics, amazing guests, and a bit of a deeper dive there as well. Happy to share all these great resources with you. And until next week, everybody, have a great rest of the day.